So I had this, I was meditating last night, and I suddenly just stumbled upon, remember, I was talking about being hypnotized and shit, between Stu and Blondie, and they're idiots. Uh, Blondie was just trying to make me look like an asshole as far as I'm concerned, and I don't, whatever. But even weirder is, I guess, the president of this church at some point sent somebody out to hypnotize me because I have, like, you remember I was talking about the belly girl could do those LSD guided trips? I have one of those. And, like, she had the entire thing, me and her being married and her showing me her made up life. Obviously, these things aren't projections of the future because she wouldn't be dead right now. Okay. So this is another presidential projection, but I'm just gonna pick it apart. This projection that was put into my head was, I go to court, I go to prison, I turn myself in or whatever, I lose the church its tax-exempt status, they use my perjury, they get out of trouble using my perjury, that somehow, inexplainably, frees the people who are being human trafficked. I don't know how that works. It makes no sense in the dream, which I would argue is how you know it's a made-up vision that was given to me. And then I opened my own kind of church that actually helps people, just like I wanted to do when I was a kid. And it's wildly successful because instead of a church that just infinitely takes your money, it's a church that infinitely redistributes wealth. And it teaches people how to go to court, and we have an army, like a personalized military force. So when dumb bastards like this church that human traffics we get a call from somebody that's being human trafficked by another church, we get that person, and then we slaughter that church. That's how that works. That wasn't in the vision. It was kind of a weird kind of like, we're the guys that bump back, and I don't know if it's virtue signaling or we actually did shit. I assume we actually did shit, because I, right now, in my current state, would just be like, fuck them, we'll kill them all, but whatever. And then I become president. And while I'm president, I pass a bunch of socialist things, and I fix a bunch of things economically, and blah, da, blah, da, blah, da, blah, kind of like Roosevelt. That's cute, but I don't know how to say this. I've never wanted to lead, ever. Like, I have always wanted people to just fucking listen to me, and probably, dude, like, I would, arrogance, whatever you want to call it, I have the good ideas. Okay, I know how to solve the problems, I know how to fix the fucking issues, okay? I would prefer an authoritarian state where people just shut the fuck up and do what I said. Being a president doesn't work that way. It's not unilateral, and it should never be unilateral. I don't subscribe to any of this vision, because it makes no sense. I would never run for president, okay? My entire life I've been cucked with responsibility. I am not going to take responsibility for an entire fucking nation. Okay? I'm not going to willingly get cucked. It's not worth it. Okay? Honestly, if anything, like, let's say I do get out of prison, which I doubt, the only way, I'm just going to say this, I think that was a happy little vision that may have been stored in my brain to give me some semblance of hope, or some kind of, maybe this could be the way. Like, I'm not an idiot, dude. I'm not a fucking 2-year-old. Like, that, these visions and these hidden hypnosis bullshits Work on emotionally stunted people, because reality is what it feels, not what it is. Yes, feeling that vision was amazing. I had a fat wife. I was president. I was changing things. I was fixing problems. I was solving all these things. And oh man, I created prosperity, and I got to fight climate change, and I got to save everybody. And I was this big hero, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, telling people what they want to hear works on imbeciles. It doesn't work on people like me. I think the only way to actually win this is altruistic nihilism, and that is where you don't care about yourself, you don't care about other people, you just do the right thing. That's it. Just do good. It doesn't matter the stupid bullshit you always hear the right wing. Socialism will kill everybody. Socialism will tax the rich. And then it'll take the rich's money so they can't fucking human traffic. And then you can use that money to actually help people instead of helping some fucking pedophile with mommy and daddy issues that got raped in the ass. Okay? It's a stupid fucking system, and it's a waste of fucking money. Alright? Like, what I would aim for personally is even this shit with Mary Bowberry and Blondie, and I guarantee Blondie's like, oh, he's gonna be jealous of me because he made me jealous of him, and then he's gonna feel... No, Blondie, I'm not gonna feel shit, because those are your emotions. They're not my emotions, okay? And let's be honest, you're rich, you got all the money in the fucking world, you have an entire fucking church. Congratulations, you can take care of a fat chick. She'll be happy. How's that feel, you dumb son of a bitch? The immaturity is the thing that kills me. It's the fucking immaturity that drives me insane. What I want out of life is I want to buy a house. I want a 1969 El Camino. And probably a sugar baby. I don't know. I probably will never have enough money for that. But like, if the ideal world... And then I'm just going to watch the world go to shit and complain about it. Be like, oh, I totally could have fixed that. Oh, people are fucking dying when they touch the ocean because it's acidic. I totally could have fixed that. Oh, I totally could have fixed that. And then as I just go on and on, I want people around me to be like, okay, Bobby, we know, and we heard they got fucked over. We heard everything got bad, and we heard everything went south, and we know we should have shut the fuck up and just let you lead, and we didn't. And I'll go, okay, I'm just going to keep doing it, though. And they'll go, why? And I was like, because this is how stupid you are. And I don't consider myself intelligent. I just know a stupid person when I meet a stupid person. And there isn't any reason to save or help garbage people. When I speak about that shit in the Bible, and when I was a kid, and the whole reason I started hating religion was the story of Jesus and how they just let him get stapled to the cross and die. The greatest guy on the planet, and you stupid sons of bitches stood by and watched. And I think about now, I'm arguably in a position to be like Jesus. And even when I was like Jesus, and I helped everybody didn't want to help me. Help is not an entitlement. You're not entitled to help. I know it's a very confusing thing. I've dealt with it my entire life. When I was in school, there was this fat bastard. I remember asking him for help using fucking, like, Adobe Illustrate, which is like the worst program on the planet. He refused to help me, and I never learned the program because I couldn't understand it because I'm a stupid person. Okay, I don't have a problem with dealing with the truth. When I call other people stupid, it's an observation, not me being a cunt or claiming I'm smarter than them. I am certainly not. I am okay with that reality. There was this stupid son of a bitch when I was in middle school, and I was trying to understand these math problems, but you need to remember I was in special ed for a reason. And this dickhead refused to help me, and I remember getting so pissed off, and spoilers, he's a member of this church. And this is the thing with these people. They don't believe in help. They believe in, I don't care, and then when they see a man in the gutter get desperate and stupid, and he shoots them in the head and takes their shit, then there's a problem. Okay, now there's an issue, but I was screaming I didn't care for the longest time. Okay, you don't care. So you don't care when that man beats your wife to death. This kind of feeds into the one Spider-Man movie where Uncle Ben gets killed because Peter Parker doesn't stop the bad guy. And this is the full circle. Because even now, I feel like Jesus walking up to the cross. And dude, if Jesus was God or an all-powerful being, like, this is how this shit would have played out in reality. He would have been like, good people are going to help me. Good people are going to help me. It's only good people who get into heaven. Oh, they're stapling me to this thing. They're leaving me out here to die. Good people. Good people. Hello, good people. Do something. Hello, good people. And they'd be like, And then, okay. Thanos snap. Cross is gone. He's floating overhead. Hey, Jesus. I want a guy, Savior, Jesus Christ right here, big prophet, important dude. You guys were just gonna let me die. Why do you think you're good people? And why do you think I'd let that into heaven? And you just, it'd be like that kid shit, Jesus, fucking, we weren't gonna help you. Dead. All of them straight to fucking hell. Like I said, that's how the Bible should be written. It's the thing the Bible means to say. Oh no, he was doing the right thing, and we let him die! Like, great. I'm trying to print my proceed document or whatever, and then fucking take it down to the court to get out of my contract or whatever. It's like $400, so I literally only have one shot at this. I don't think it's gonna work, because these people are baboons in civil cases or civilian cases. To be a civilian, you have to be civilized, and these people are baboons. So you're literally trying to take a baboon to court, okay? And I do know they're gonna lie. It's what they did. When the first trial went through, these guys lied so much that, like, they were just operating negative. I mean, these guys are so morally deprived they rape their own kids, okay? They're so morally deprived, their church leaders are every serial killer in America, and they don't care, okay? They don't care about the human trafficking. They don't care about any of that shit. To them, as long as it's religion, it's good. There's nothing smart about it, nothing intelligent. You can't reason with them. You can't commit logical, fucking intelligent thought. They hate intelligence. They can't stand it. It makes them sick. People like me make them sick. People who can solve problems and heal people through science make them sick. They can't handle it. And all else... Let's say this court case does go through, and I got maybe two other ways of doing something. And I'm not going to say that it's going to stop the church, but it's something. I got two other ways I can think of to do something. If any of those ways lead into anything, it is not justice, and I just want to bitch about that real quick. The first time around, for about 10 seconds, I actually believed in the justice system when they put all those people in prison. That's not a joke. Because these people are bastards. Now, they're not going to go back to prison. They're not the victims of anything, but their own religion, and it is their religion. And here's the thing, this is how you know these people aren't against their religion. They haven't destroyed it. They're church leaders. Their people in their church are garbage. They're useless, stupid human beings. If I were a church leader, I would simply go, everybody's drinking poison, and I'm going to lie and say, the president of the church told me to do it. To kill everybody, to sacrifice them to Satan. And then the church would lose its tax-exempt status through an act of being good. And I want to talk about this stupid shit in my head that was hypnotized into me. Fucking... by Anal Eaten Mummy God, where he was trying to tell me good people follow the rules, and the only thing I said back to him was, the Nazis were just doing their job. The Nazis, the fascist Nazis, were just doing their job. So, what's your job? It's following the rules. Okay, following the rules is not an excuse for a damn thing morally, okay, and objectively. Okay, that is why I don't bother with the rules. And I remembered this back and forth with him, where I literally explained to him I did nothing wrong, and he couldn't handle that because these people do all the wrong things to get what they want. There is no atrocity they're not willing to commit to get what they want. They do not care. Okay? They want to live in a world where violence solves everything. Okay? If you're a libertarian, you're an idiot, because the whole goal with that is to get rid of the U.S. government so this church can slaughter everybody and take over, and then these violent, stupid retards can live in a 1984 society where the blonde-haired, blue-eyed people run everything and all the other fucking losers suck cock and rape their kids and drink lead because they're stupid. Like, I don't really bother with it, okay? I remember this other side where one of the bastards from this church was going on about not being soft, and I started laughing because these guys are the softest people on the planet. They're the biggest babies. They're emotionally stunted and strictly reactionary, just like a baby. They're the softest babies on the planet. Their egos shatter like glass when you touch them because they are the biggest babies on the planet. They don't want to project softness. Okay? They don't want to project what they are. Pathetic. That's why they kill. That's why they do all the wrong things to get what they want. Okay? And then they go, that's how it is. I don't care. I don't care. You would do it. You would do it. No. I wouldn't do it. But you would. Because that's who you are. Garbage. Your nature. You throw your values out, you have no value as a person. You're garbage. You're no different than garbage. Yeah. I don't know why Anal Eating Mummy God wasted some type of weird LSD trip on me, but I also remember this other guy that came to my house and did some weird shit to my mind, and I'm pretty tired of people fucking with my mind. And dude, here's my dream. I go to court, and instead of doing whatever I'm about to do, I just tell the truth. I go, Uncle Ruckus poisoned me with heavy metals till I was retarded. He took me to court. I said a bunch of things I didn't intend to say because I wasn't cognizant because that faggot poisoned me with heavy metals. Good old Abe Lincoln's daughter comes forward and says she saw that faggot poison my shit with heavy metals, and everybody comes forward and tells the truth. Blondie steps in and goes, I poisoned that guy, and I shot and killed Carolina Ferreira. I think that's Pastel's buddy name. I don't know. My brain's fucked up. I shot and killed Carol. I belong in prison. I was out there raping babies. Every stupid son of a bitch in the church that did wrong. Fucking Jasmine out there in the desert. It's like, oh, he didn't actually want to lead us. He didn't want anything to do with the church, so we put LSD in his mouth. We had Doug Boyle adopt him. We drug him through fucking hell. We did all types of horrible shit to him. We made him eat people's brains, have sex with a corpse, fucking cannibalize, and do all the wrong things, all the horrible things. We just kept hurting him, and then he begged us for chelation therapy, and we told him, we're not giving it to you, because heavy metals is good for you. Look how retarded we are. I'm so neurotic. And everybody just does the right fucking thing. Not just me. Okay? And, when we do that, the church goes away. Stu goes in there and admits to murdering people for no goddamn reason outside of the fact that he's a fucking lunatic. Gannon goes in there and confesses to all the murders he committed and doesn't do that shit where he's like, I have another guy and he did it. It wasn't my fault. Victim, no victim, you did it. You fucking did it. Okay? And I'll go in there and I'll tell him what I did. Okay? And we'll all go to prison together. Everyone. That would be the closest to justice. And I don't even ascribe that would be justice, because I myself would have never done the things I did had I not been put into the position to do those things, because I was forced into it, because everybody thinks having heavy metals in your brain is a good idea. If you hate intelligence so much, kill yourself. Okay? You don't have to ruin the entire fucking world because you want to be miserable. Go be miserable on your own and go pop your LSD and lay in the sun. According to fucking, what the fuck is his name? Sean, it's really easy to make LSD. I don't know the ingredients, but you fuckers can make tons of LSD and lay in the sun and die. If that's your truth, okay? It is not everybody's truth. That drugs and sex is the only thing everybody wants. You fucking baboon. Yeah.